Dice Company contains fantasy violence, mature themes, and unapologetic bickering. No feelings were hurt in the making of it, but listener discretion is advised. Dice Company will always be free, but it's not free to make. Please consider supporting us on Patreon or Apple Podcasts and get access to our weekly roundtable show Extra Roll. Just follow any of the links in the show notes for this chapter.
Previously.
Bardol, we live and crave news of you and Benny. Are you all right? Message ends.
Mustang. Sadly, sending stones are compromised, but the Empire will likely be aware of your location, I'm afraid. Glad to hear you're alive, though. Never doubted it myself. But, fear not, Benny's fine. Bit of a wuss, but apart from that, everything's all good back here. Well, maybe. Anyway, good luck. Godspeed. Bardol out.
Bardol, I cannot believe you introduced me to your friends as this is Benny. He's got webbed feet. You know that makes me upset. I have got feelings. I'm not staying. I'm not sticking around for this.
Ooh, touchy duck.
With Benny departed, the Ungovernables went on a series of missions for Rosalind, starting with the destruction of the great printing presses of Royaume Dion.
Shakh, look at this one. I swear we've killed his twin before. Weird.
Your technique is lacking.
Shakh is happy after that kill.
Then the capture of a high-ranking bounder from Tibble.
Egg, look at this one. His head fell funny.
My hands are weapons. My feet are also weapons. My weapons are weapons. Really are just weapons. Bardol, we should interrogate this one. Oops.
They even went looking for an Alokian benediction in another suspected tomb of the Wanderer in the Shattered Teeth.
Oh, it's a dragon.
I'll see bigger monsters than that, see.
Oh my god, they've scrambled egg. Where are my apples?
And finally, after months of causing chaos, they arrived in Sanctuary just in time for the Quorum of Rebellion. Not tomorrow. Not when it's safe. Now. The spark before the fire. For from small embers, great fires burn. Ungovernables, could I have a word in private, please?
Of course, Rosie.
Of course you can, love.
Of course can, Rosie.
And she leads you all into the mother's hut.
Ah, Rosie. Wonderful to see you, my dear. Bardol gives her a big hug. Have you been using the canola oil on your show? It's looking very nice, you know.
Oh, Mr. Bardol, thank you. It's so nice to see you all. Mr. Shakh and Mr. Midnight, Mr. Night. Oh, and how are you, Egg?
I'm very well, how are you?
Oh, well, life is difficult, but we have a job to do. And speaking of which, I was wondering if you were free for a bit more adventuring.
Always free for you, old girl, you know that. And look at Egg, look at him strapping man now. Ready to take the world by the scruff. Here we go. Lay it out, Rosie. Who have we got to kill? Or what have we got to steal? Or who do we have to give it to? Or who do we have to save? Or who do I have to avenge? I have vengeance in my heart, Rosie. No, I don't. What am I saying? I'm so excited. Let's go. What have you got?
We've received word from the city of Novelle and their underworld. A woman called Caesar of the gang known as the Fists is trying to bring together all the different gangs of the city. They're putting aside past rifts to unite up and rise against the Empire. We need representatives to get in there, help Caesar convince the others, and bring them all into the fold of the rebellion.
Well, that sounds a bit interesting. I mean, between me and Bardol, I'm pretty sure we can convince anybody to do anything.
Convincing some Sizer sisters to join me in a to-do. Yes, I think I can do that.
Oh, you old sauce.
You remember the time with that banshee? I was only telling them the other day, in the cave with the banshee. Oh my goodness, eh? Sorry, carry on.
It won't be an easy job, though. We have information about Imperial agents of the Inquisition. They're aware of the meeting and apparently are looking to disrupt it. So you'll need to be on your guard.
Now I am intrigued, Rosie. Imperial Inquisitions, eh? Marvellous.
They are quite dangerous. You will not have faced anyone quite like them before.
Well, Rosie, you know we're a bit dangerous as well. So, what's the plan? Are we just protecting? Are we talking? What do you need from us?
I would like you to protect and to convince. I think that plays nicely into your abilities.
Marvellous. So just basically got to get a random handful of bands of female gangs, male gangs, what? All together, just under one banner, join us against the Empire, eh?
That's it. When you say it like that, it seems simple.
Simples. Marvellous.
I have this, and she hands you a map of Nouvelle City. If you land to the south, without drawing attention to yourselves, you can use the steam runner that's been set up to get into Van Corvis Park. The midnight meeting is taking place there.
So be it. Get the train to the park, meet the kids, have a chat, bring 'em home to spank Daddy. Roger that.
She looks at Knight. And on a side note, how are you, Master Knight?
I am okay, Rosalind.
Her eyes squint for a moment, but she decides not to ask any further questions.
Honestly, Rosie, it's the most you'll get out of him. The fact that you got that many syllables from the man is quite shocking. He's been rather mute of late. I think he's a little sore about the whole death affair. Told him not to worry about it. Chin up, old man, and all that, but, he's languishing. I'll give Knight a little bit of a rub on the back. It's quite all right. It happens to the best of us. Well, never me, but it happens to the best of you all.
Knight just rolls his eyes, looks at Rosalind, shakes his head.
See how close we're becoming, Rosie? Isn't it wonderful?
Like a true family. Well, don't let me hold you. Time is of the essence, and you have a job to do.
All right, off now, eh? Oh, no. Well, there'll be a party or something, parade, something, Plenty of people out there. We could always get together, have a little bit of a hoedown, no? Sure the order. I'm sure Tick's got some things going on. He's always playing music around when Toc's not about, but so be it. Here we go.
Knight will give a very deep bow to Rosie before he leaves.
Jack would like to go up to Rosie.
You sound rather down, my love. As you can tell from my highly appointed lieutenants, they will do everything that you ask, and under my tenure, we will make sure that we will be victorious.
And he hands over a very big, shiny red apple.
Which he graciously takes from you and gives you a knowing nod.
Can we have Rosalind just eat that apple in one bite?
Literally just opens her beak and down in one.
Bardol actually creeps back into the hut after everyone's left, just to give Rosie just a silent hug. He doesn't even say anything. He just walks in and just gives her a really nice hug.
Come on, Lieutenant.
Welcome one and all to Dice Company The Ungovernables, where a group of friends weave tales of glory, success and misery under the guise of playing Dungeons & Dragons. My name is Tom, and I'll be your DM through the continuing adventures of this band of living legends. Band of living legends, please introduce yourselves and tell the audience one fun fact about your characters.
Hi, my name's Sai. I am playing Kyrius, a Soul Knife Rogue Tiefling. My fun fact is that Kyrius often laments at night as to what his life would have been like if he had been born human. Given his charm and wit, he dreams about being an actor, maybe even working his way into the upper echelons of society, schmoozing with lords and ladies, living the high life that has always been so out of reach. Then he looks at his friends that he has made true brotherhood, making his mark on the world for good, and he realizes that everything that has happened, all the hardship and trauma that has led him to this moment, his calling in life, adventuring with this party, the bonds he has quickly made, rebelling against all that is evil, and he thinks he may be the luckiest tiefling on earth.
Oh.
That is oddly positive from Kyrius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Very
so
nice.
sweet. My God. I wasn't expecting that at all. I'm not used to that. That's lovely.
Somewhere Bardol is standing on the poop deck of the Century Hawk, tearing up knowing that he's made Kyrius' life just a little bit better.
Promised myself I would cry.
Hi, my name's Micky. I play Shakh. I'm not just the leader of this party, but the leader of this group. Let me tell you about the mantra of Gert. The mantra of Gert is Shakh's barbarian fighting style. When he was a young cub, he was taught how to fight as a barbarian, and he managed to elevate himself to be seen by a Sensei Shakh, who taught him the mantra of Gert. The fighting style in particular hones in about your primal ferocity and how to make the most of it. It does, however, have a side effect, which means you're so detached from humanoid society afterwards that you tend to trust them less, and therefore Shakh himself has developed an affinity for all animals because he knows he doesn't have to fight them unless they want to fight him, because he can read them better than he can humans.
Hi, I'm Chris. I play Egberts, a 5'10" fighter / rogue. Since becoming Bardol's squire, Egg has spent a lot of time taking care of his letters and correspondence. Egg decided that he rather enjoyed writing and decided to write a book about his time at sea and adventuring with the Ungovernables. Since writing his book, he noticed that the book is most definitely a comedy, with the last entry being a story of Bardol spending the night with a gnome. Egg, doing his duty and politely escorting the gnome away the following morning, noticed that the lady smell of the oil Egg used for Bardol's armour. Egg, having an inquiring mind, foolishly asked Bardol about this, which led to a very funny and drunken conversation about the complications of Bardol getting it on with a gnome.
Love it, Shabs. Bardol is fond of gnomes, tremendously fond of gnomes.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I am playing Knight. At the end of the previous iteration of the Ungovernables, Knight met his untimely demise. And we pick him up at a very confused state of his life. On the one hand, he felt like he had achieved a good death. So to be resurrected from that has left him with a number of issues. One being, obviously, love and thanks for Rosie resurrecting him and bringing him back to life, and a desire to be a force for good in her name. But on the other side of it, he also feels as though death manifested near him and is constantly desiring the kiss of sweet release.
Oh, that's dark.
Are we to take that to think that Knight wants to die again?
He's not sure, he's confused.
Okay.
He certainly ain't scared of it.
On the one hand, he's like, he needs to fight hard and fight well and reward Rosie for her faith in him. And then on the other side of that, he died well and he felt like he had completed everything, and it wouldn't be so bad to go back to where he was before. So
Then stick with Shakh. He'll get you back there. Yeah.
Here we go.
Knight, bringing fun to the fun fact.
It's all right. Shakh loves it. I mean, that's friendly.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I play Bardol Schultz. Bardol's fun fact this week is that he's been spending a lot of time thinking of late about the situation he's in now, how things feel very different of late. He was going down a bit of a dark path about 6 months ago after the Roanoke episode, being unnecessarily stranded. He felt very kind of bamboozled from the portal trip with Benny and Tok. And he didn't feel like himself. He didn't feel like he gave a good accounting of himself in Roanoke and at the Citadel. And since then, he has the last 6 months he's been traveling with the guys, trying to kind of get himself back on track, trying to get himself back to the kind of level of adventuring and heroism that you'd expect from the great Bardol Schultz. And he's actually had a whale of a time. He's been so happy, marauding about with the chaps, bouncing from one sticky wicket to the next, and seeing how eggs grow in, and Kyrius, he's kind of got a bit of a bounce, and Knight's miserable since he died, but I'm sure he'll pick up. And Shakh just being himself. It's all fitting really nice. Having Oxnor on the boat, and it's just Bardol's feeling very kind of happy and fulfilled, and is looking forward to the days ahead and really taking it to the Empire and getting back on track.
Hoorah. Fuck yeah.
Hoorah indeed. Beautiful. I like it. It's a nice juxtaposition as well against knights. Some housekeeping. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, The Tale of Kalevala, Extra Rollin' Around the Campfire. Follow us on Blue Sky, TikTok and YouTube. For merchandise, go to dicecompanypodcast.com, including the Ungovernables t-shirts and links to the Dice of Shelby Cat. Finally, why not come and join us on the Dicecord Discord server, the greatest place in all of TTRPGs. Links for all of these can be found in the show notes. And please remember, those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. So let's turn the page on the next chapter of Dice Company. The Sentry Hawk cruises through the cold, biting winter night wind as it approaches the massive, sprawling metropolis of Nouvelle City. Careful to avoid detection, it lands quickly and quietly in the river docks to the south of the city. You disembark and make your way to Terminal 29, as instructed, and pass onto the Steamrunner, which will take you into the heart of the city. If you're looking for a reference, think New York City subway in the 1970s.
Ah, look at this grimy tube, eh? Tell you, the one up in Ovik is far, far nicer than this shit pit, let me tell you. Oh, I don't think much of the decoration either. What a smell egg. Oh no, sorry, that's Shakh.
You've been in worse places, Bardol.
Oh, looks good to me.
And Shakh sort of looks around.
Well, I mean, what doesn't look good to you, Shakh? I mean, honestly. Beast. Bardol gives Shakh a kind of a side look. He's a little bit upset with him at the moment that he keeps trying to infer that he is not the captain of his own ship.
The doors close and the Steamrunner heads off into the city.
I've never been on a train before.
Yeah, not many people have egg,
This is kind of nice.
This one is not nice, let me tell you. This looks like the inside of a charnel house, crossed with some kind of strange punkism, I don't know. Anyway, the one in Ovik is far nicer. Leather, wooden things and fine chairs. Elves bringing you wine. Not this. Anyway, where are the elves? Not even any gnomes.
I don't know. Literally, there's no sails to have to pull tight or move around. You just get on and it goes. It's great.
Oh, now the Sentry Hawk is an inconvenience to you, is he, Squire? I'm so sorry to have lumbered you so much with a beautiful skyship and a wonderful way of life and a...
You know I don't mean that, Bardol.
No, I don't. I know you love her. Anyway, yes, it's nice to travel differently, though, is it not? Even if it is a scruffy environment.
Scruffy? Mate, this is better than most of the places that I've lived. I quite like it. I'd live here if I had the chance.
I bet you would. And you do, and you won't. You stay with us on the ship, and you love it. You don't need this slippery metal serpent weaving its way across the countryside with you inside it all day long. No, you need the free air and the flap of wings and sails and...
I agree, mate.
I know. It's a happier time for all of us, boys, and that's where we're going to get these gangs. We're going to get them to join us, to join the Tra-La-La and their happy fight against the Empire. That's how we're going to sell it. And if they don't like it, we kill a few of them until they do like it.
Killing something I do well.
That's why we're all here. And may I say, boys, while we have a quiet moment, I've been terribly proud of all of you these last 6 months. We've all stepped up, built the brand, put it to the Empire, marvellous. Carrying the weight for the rebellion, and couldn't be happier. And here we are, striking another valiant blow into the neck of that foolish Imperial dog. Well, anyway, hopefully. But we'll see.
I would advise caution when dealing with these gangs. If they're anything like the River City ones, this will not be easy.
Well, yes, I did mean to have a tete-a-tete on the way, and use your previous experience and how you think we should handle the whole affair. I suppose mine is, as always, A, carrot, B, stick. So happy to have a fruity alternative C.
Oh, you'll find the carrot works with some and the stick with others.
Shakh is the stick.
That doesn't sound right, Bardol. I'm pretty sure the stick gets used more than the carrot, but...
Well, yes, so frequently people don't want the carrot, do they? I always think it's poisoned or...
I tend to firm with Bardol that he offers the carrot, then pulls it away just as he hits him with the stick.
Yes, the old rope-a-dope, eh? One of my favourites.
I'm pretty just going to use this time to sharpen up Bardol's sword and sort out his armour and stuff. Gonna be squiring duties.
Isn't he magnificent, boys? Look, industrious.
I shall call him Corporal.
Kyrius is mentally aware but unsure as to what the current situation with his sister Evelyn is. He feels like there's a big loss in his life. He feels like part of him has disappeared and he's really starting to go into himself. You find him a lot quieter than he usually is. He just kind of feels like there's some sort of loss and he can't quite put his finger on it.
Knight's going to walk over to Kyrius and stand next to him being depressed as well. Stop stealing my things, Si.
I notice Shakh polishing his great axe and sort of just look at him and go, "You're doing that. You're doing that all wrong. Want me to have a go at that?"
I don't know. I think I'm doing right. It looks good. It's shining.
Give it.
Well, be careful, little man.
I'm going to get the sharpened stone on it. I'm going to...
You sure?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And he holds on to it, but then releases it very reluctantly. This is his great axe, after all.
Give me a Tinker's Tools check, please.
Oh my god.
Let's see how good you are.
That is not cool. If I can't be saying it's going to kill me. That seems to go with a 23.
You take the axe off him and you sharpen it and shine it and get it into incredibly... Like, there's so much blood and gore on there, encrusted over the years, but you clean it up, sharpen it up, and Shakh, you can take an inspiration because of the quality of his work.
I look at Egg and I'm like,
This is amazing. You made it shiny. I've never seen it like this before. Thank you. Oh,
and he puts his finger down the top and it cuts him. And as he cuts him, he looks at the blood and he squeals and giggles and looks at Egg.
thank you.
You're a bit of a freak, Shakh, aren't you?
Bardol's going to approach Kyrius, sitting, who is on the other side of Knight. He's going to move their emo tears away and wipe the seat of their Manscara. Kyrius, oh boy, been meaning to talk to you lately. Noticed of late you've been less than happy. I was going to say moping, that seemed negative, but you've been a little dour. Oh, jeez, is there anything you wish to speak to your captain about? Get something off your chest?
I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like part of me's missing. Like, I've been on this mission. I've been trying to find Evelyn. I just feel like she's not there anymore. And I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's just, I feel a bit empty. You know what I mean? It's just, something feels off.
I've struggled with this truth for some time, Kyrius, and I've not known how to tell you about it. I think your instincts about your sister are wholly correct. I fear your sister may in fact be dead.
What?
She may have, from news met my ear of late, of dark tidings regarding a tiefling woman aboard an expedition that was captured and tortured within an inch of her life at an imperial jail, released the terrible torment of war against their enemies, and was valiantly slain by a automaton, saving the lives of humans that were put in jeopardy by the Empire through their torture and misuse of your fine sister.
She she was tortured?
I'm afraid so. And I promise you we will make them pay. It is part of the reason why I've redoubled my efforts of late and why we have been so fierce in our attack on the Empire.
Right.
I didn't wish to tell you immediately. I was fearful of how you would react.
It's, it's understandable, mate. She was the only family I've ever had. And I'll be honest, hearing the fact that she was tortured breaks my heart. And thank you to the automaton that ended her suffering. I've wanted to kill everybody for a long time. The fact that the Empire have done that to my sister doubles my efforts. You point me in the direction of them, I will kill them for Evelyn, because this is... I'm sorry, I'm very emotional right now.
I know. You have nothing to be sorry about, Kyrius. It is a terrible thing that has happened to you and your family. Another terrible thing attributed to the dark stain on this place that is the Imperials.
Mate, I've never had any family. Evelyn was the closest thing. You boys, everybody on this ship is the closest thing to family that I have got.
We are going to grab amigos now, and then we are heading their way to give them a damn good spanking. And you, along with Shakh, will be in the front lines, ready to kill many and make us all proud, I'm sure. In the name of your sister.
Shiny.
But you are not alone. We are your family now.
I know.
Together, we will make them pay for what they've done to, well, one and all of us, quite frankly, but to your sister especially. It was an unkindness that they dealt her, and no more. By my honour as the people's champion, we will kill those bastards and carve her name in their chests.
Bardol always has to make it about him, doesn't he?
Don't know what you mean.
It's a talent.
Don't
It's
know
a
what
talent.
you mean. Curious, are you okay, OG? You seem to have gone a rather daring shave of burgundy all of a sudden. Is there something going on?
Yeah. A lot's going on, mate, but don't ask me, because you don't want to know the answers.
No. Rosalind, you stay quiet and I'll just point you in the direction of a nasty person. When I give you a nod, you kill the person who's standing in front of me, okay?
Roger that.
Marvellous. I have to remember, you are the nod and Shakh is a wink. I just have to... eggs want to pull my ears, but that's always a hard one.
You see Kyrius quietly take himself right to the back of the steam runner. He pulls out his file. He is just filing down his horns with absolute vigor. Like, he is just...
Stop filing your horns.
He's dead in the eyes. He is just on an absolute different level.
With that going on, Bardol turns to the others. Well, that's a worry.
Good luck at out emoing that one, Dwight.
Shakh is oblivious to all of this and just looks at Bardol's reflection in his great axe as he says this. He says,
I see you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, here we are.
Maybe I should do the cheering up in future.
Yeah, Bardol just nods in agreement, yeah.
And after some travel, the steam runner pulls into the stop of Van Corvus Park. The station is beneath ground, and before it is a platform with a number of metal stairs leading down. As you step off of the steam runner, you can hear the echoing from deep below of a large crowd.
The sound of a crowd. I'd know it anywhere. I wonder if it'd be welcoming or angry. Either way, always fun. Shall we?
I would suggest we keep a low profile until we hear what's going on.
Funnily enough, I was thinking exactly the same night. I just thought, you know what? Let's not go in carrot. Let's go stick. Let's go a little bit carrot. A bit quiet carrot. You know, kind of stand of the edge. See who's going to be on our side from the outset, who's not. Have a kind of so sit back and ruminate. Curious, I was thinking, wonder.
As Bardol says that, Shakh just barges through the door. They're here for us! And he leaves the carriage.
Shakh is here. Yes, we are here. We are your saviors. Who wants?
Bardol's just going to kind of chase and jump on the back of Shakh. Stop it! Don't buy it. Come on, stupid. Just for a moment. Just for one moment, Shakh. Do you remember the time I got you your axe back? Do you remember it? Do you remember what you said? You said you listen, you learn, you do what you said, you know?
Oh, Shakh, sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. You're right. But can you hear the cheers? They are for us.
I know.
Come on, let's go and enjoy it.
He puts his arm around you jovially and pulls you towards where the noise is.
Come on, let's go.
Well, who am I to resist a crowd? But still, let's keep quiet, but enjoy the roars. Yes, indeed. Let's go.
Huzzah! And he walks off, swinging his axe in his hands. His hat's on and everything. He's led off. He's about 15 yards in front of you now.
Well, let's just see how this goes.
At the back of the pack, Kyrius very solemnly just pulls up his hood over his head and quietly follows.
I feel like Bardol should ask Kyrius to put on psychic ears, so that we can all communicate in the crowd.
Only if you call it by what it's actually called.
Psychic ears is so much better. It's just silent whispers, isn't it?
Psychic skull candy?
Psionic whispers? Is that what it is? Is it psionic
Yes.
whispers? Yes, one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Marvellous. Do us a favour. Put the old ear trick on, won't you? I know you end up always having to be operator, but, it's nice to be able to chat. We might get separated. You know what Shack's like at the moment.
So Kyrius casts Psionic Whispers.
Is that on everybody?
Yes. But I have to be the one to communicate. I can hear everybody else, but you can only hear me.
So if for example, I'm talking to Shakh, it's actually you transmitting it through you to Shakh.
What? It's a fantastic spell and also really annoying as well. I love it.
Shack's sitting there going, what?
Inside voice sound like Kyrius. This is weird.
And he starts bashing himself.
And we go, Shakh, remember, we're doing it again, with the ears and the listening and the kind of, remember, nothing to be afraid of, it's fine.
Let's go, Bibble.
And following the sounds, you reach an expansive basement filled with hundreds of people. Each seem to be divided into different gangs, all recognisable by their outfits. At the back of the basement, on a platform, is a tall woman with blue skin and red eyes. She's wearing a robe covered with a crocheted pattern of an iron gauntlet, and she's giving a speech which is drawing cheers from the assorted crowd members. And my friends, this is why we're better together. United, the gangs outnumber the bounders. When in your lives have you ever seen the Corsairs stood alongside the Behemoths, or the Knights stood by the 99ers? Can you dig it?
I like her, boy. She's got pizzazz.
Shakh erupts.
I love you, woman.
She continues her speech as the cheers kind of emanate around this it's quite a big space, but it feels so small because it's so packed. You can feel the kind of aggressive energy of gangs who presumably must have hated each other until a few hours ago and are now all on the same side. There's a kind of swell in the place. And the woman with the blue skin looks as you enter and sees Shack's top hat. And look, fellow fighters, we have anarchist royalty with us. The Ungovernables are here. An inspiration to all who like to fight back against their oppressive overlords. Can you dig that? And all eyes turn to you as the place erupts into cheers and people start patting you on the back and shaking your hand and giving you high fives.
I'm also going to stay concealed and just watch the crowd very carefully.
I'm going to use my Psionic Whispers to the entire group and just say, keep it cool, boys. Something feels off about this.
Shakh immediately reciprocates and starts bringing out his weapons and showing them off and starts twiddling them about. I'll even do an athletics check to see if I do a somersault, just to really give it some. 14 plus 5, 19.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Does a somersault while keeping his hat on, and an apple appears in his mouth.
To the roar of the crowd. Yes. Shakh, give me a perception check. At disadvantage for the backflip apple.
Egg is loving every moment of this. Honestly, he's never felt so good about himself ever. Honestly, he's bouncing around the place.
Bardol's tremendously happy with the showmanship that the boys are bringing now to the band, like getting the idea, a little bit of, positive brand image, building the crowd. Really proud of Shakh. Like, he's come on leaps and bounds. Obviously, those kind of HR meetings that we've had together, the promotional PR meetings, are really kind of paying off. And and obviously, like the gym sessions he's been having with Knight, really good.
Bardol Schultz,
Great.
office manager. What the hell's going on?
You know, after the bad leadership of the last series, we've had to change tact, and we've gone full blown, implementation of operations and systems. I'm really pleased. However,
Amazing.
I am a little bit suspicious. Bardol, though, loves every crowd that he's ever been in front of.
Bardol, 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 Bardol.
He's awfully suspicious that this random set of people are all in agreement that he is awesome, and that he feels like there's something a little bit suspicious about the immediate acceptance. He's never felt quite so accepted everywhere. He's always been someone with a little bit in the background calling him something, and everyone here seems to like him. It's got his hackles up momentarily. He's suspicious, but keeping it under wraps, looking like he's baying to the crowd and enjoying.
I love D&D. No one ever trusts anything, do they?
No, immediately suspicious.
Shakh, what was your perception roll?
Oh, damn it. The second one was a natural 20. It was 15.
15, okay. Yeah, so you're just lapping up the applause. Sizer, who you've identified as the woman giving the speech, begins to kind of summon you all up to join her on stage. You're having to, in order to get there, you would need to really push your way through, like, a dense crowd of people.
I've got advantage on all strength checks. I mean, Shakh just makes his ways, just like cutting a knife through butter. I mean, either the group are behind me or they're not. I don't know how you want to put this.
I'm bouncing down there like the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, tell us.
I'm stood at the back of the crowd with my hood up, and behind my back, I'm just going to manifest a psychic blade because I feel so uncomfortable and so emotional. I'm just looking for a fight.
Okay. Give me an insight check, please, Kyrius.
Insight. That is a 16.
Summon your psychic blade with your hood up, and you're stood at the back just watching the applause that's being lavished on Shakh and Bardol and Egg.
I'm sort of keeping half an eye on Kyrius and just observing his behaviour, and I can obviously see that he's very tense, which is putting me on edge. I'm also watching our showman shitheads running down, screaming and being just generally them. So I'm going to kind of split the difference. I'm going to sort of calmly make my way behind them as though I'm not connected to them, and just one eye on Kyrius, one eye on the boys in the middle.
Bardol, Shakh and Egg, you push your way through the crowd. They're cheering you in every action you take. While on the stage, Sizer keeps talking. This is what unity is, my children. You see what we can achieve when we work together? Not even the fulminations of the mythical Razorclaw slumbering beneath this city can stand in the way of a group of maniacs united by the single purpose. If the Ancient One can't stop us, what chance does a lonely empire have? Can you dig it? She raises her hands into the air to renewed cheers, as suddenly a psychic blade whistles through the air and implants itself into her chest. Her eyes grow wide as she slumps to the floor dead. The crowd falls silent and still. All eyes turn to face the direction the dagger came from, as everyone looks directly at Kyrius.
Under my breath to myself, I just say, Kyrius, was that you?
Kyrius, from behind his back, pulls out the psychic blade and goes, I've still got it, lads. That was not me.
Kyrius.
And from in the crowd, someone shouts, It was the Ungovernables! The Ungovernables did it!
No, we're not here for that, no. No, it wasn't us, no.
It was Kyrius. It wasn't us.
Bardol immediately turns to Shakh. Inside voice, Shakh.
But I was telling the truth.
Kyrius dissipates his psychic blade and runs towards the stage and starts trying to help Sizer.
Okay, so in order to get there, you need to get through the crowd.
So what I will do is I will use my new skill of throwing my psychic blade to teleport.
This is going to prove your innocence.
I throw my dagger towards Sizer's body like it's a horseshoe, and then when it lands, I poof next to her.
How far away is she?
From where you are, about 150 feet. Give me a perception check, Egg.
19.
Ooh, okay. So the moment the knife hit the chest, this is all happening at the same time because this is absolute chaos now, and the rest of you can feel the crowd have immediately turned on you, and they are. All of that energy, all of that aggression they had is now focused entirely on you. You were able to immediately look back and you saw behind Kyrius effectively a black cloak just rippling in the wind as someone moved around a corner behind Kyrius, which looks like that's almost certainly where the blade would have come from. There was someone stood behind Kyrius.
I'm never going to get to it, so I'm just going to relay that to Kyrius and say, Kyrius, the guy who threw that was directly behind you in a black cloak.
It's a setup, everybody. It's a ruse. Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. The Ungovernables are here to help you to join the cause. We would never have done this. Certainly, Kyrius, he looks terrible, but actually he's very kind. It's
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage, please.
Oh my god. 15? The other side of that was 20.
If anything, the crowd seemed more irritated after your speech than they were before, and it's now soured. The crowd are now fully against you guys. Give me a ranged knife attack, please.
Right, okay. Here we go. 13.
With the crowd turning against you and Egg having identified that there was someone behind you, you take your psychic blade and you throw it in the general direction of Sizer. This draws ooze and anger from the crowd as it lands next to her, but like you're probably about 30 feet away from her. And you are teleported to that point?
Yes.
The crowd are now incensed. They're absolutely convinced that you are attempting to finish the assassination job, and they start to pour onto the stage. You guys need to make a decision on what you're going to do at the moment, because you are effectively surrounded.
We need to get the fuck out of here, boys. There is no good thing that's going to happen here. We have to make a run. Bardol turns. Knight, find us a way out of here quickly. Shakh, Egg, perimeter. Kyrius, let's get ready to get the hell out of here. Can you take anyone when you jump like that? I haven't been meaning to ask you.
No.
Right.
Kyrius casts thaumaturgy and tells in a booming voice everybody to get back.
Ooh, give me an intimidation check. You can have an advantage as well, because that's awesome.
Oh, Jesus. 5?
Wow.
They're even more angry now. They're not scared. They see through this as an obvious attempt to intimidate them, and these are street tough gangs, man. They're not worried about this kind of stuff, and they're all starting to draw weapons.
Bardol pulls Daysong. Second people touch iron. Bardol pulls Daysong and his +1 longsword immediately and turns to Knight. Knight, find us a way out of here. The Knight perception check would be lovely because you actually have perception. Stop Kyrius doing whatever he's doing to make this entirely worse for us. I'm actually going to put my boot in the back of Kyrius's leg and push him down to the ground momentarily. Knight, find us a way out.
Knight's going to look for a way out.
Give me a perception check, please.
I rolled a 17.
Very nice. To the east of your current location, there is a very obvious open double metal door that you could escape from. It's probably about 60 to 70 feet away from your current location, the guys who are near Sizer, or the remains of Sizer. And it would be the quickest and least problematic in terms of number of people between you and it.
I'm going to look at Bardol, nod my head in the general direction without saying a word.
So Bardol is going to look at the identifier coming from Knight, look in the randomest direction that he's pointing at. Right, head for the double doors. And then he's going to begin shouldering his way there, trying not to hurt anyone, but if anyone gives him any kind of resistance, he will start slashing.
Cool, give me athletics checks, everyone, please.
Kyrius is going to ignore everything that's going on, and he's going to pull out a healing potion and pour it down Sizer's neck.
The whole time this has all been going on, Shakh has been unaware of what have been going on, and he's joined the forces and thinks that it is Kyrius. And at the moment, he's drawing his weapons towards looking at Kyrius and saying with his arms out wide, "Why? Why, Kyrius?"
Kyrius, you pour the potion down Caesar's throat, but it has no effect.
Boys, we need to get her back up. This was not me. Honestly. Can anybody help her?
I believe you, Kyrius. I believe you, but she's as dead as fucking dead. I don't know what to tell you. Look at that woman. You know, if she stayed there any longer, she'd fucking turn white. I don't know what to tell you. In fact, look, she's turning white. What can I tell you? I told you, she's dead.
Meanwhile, Shakh's in the crowd with his axe. Oh, why?
I'm just going to grab you and start dragging you away, because this is ridiculous. I need to get out of here. Shakh, move your stupid ass! I rolled 27 on my athletics.
Nice.
17 for Egg.
27. Kyrius cartwheels away, does a double backflip, rounds out, and bows.
Knight hits a nice 25.
Oh.
I'm thinking some sort of parkour feeling going on here. I want to run up walls and jump tables and flip.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, Shakh's going to have to do an insight check first, because as far as he was concerned, he was walking in being a hero, and all of a sudden, Kyrios has thrown a psychic dagger at the woman and then teleported across the thing. So he's like not sure what the fuck's going on. So,
cool. Give me an insight check.
Ooh, 18. Favourable.
Okay, so you've travelled with Bardol long enough now that you can tell the mood he's in based on the pitch of his voice rather than the things that he says. And the pitch of his voice suggests innocence and danger.
Right. Excellent. On that note, then, Shakh will go into instant rage and follow him to the exit.
Nice. Give me an athletics check at advantage, I think.
Yes, you do. Yes, the Shakh senses shenanigans, and he doesn't like this at all. That'll be 19.
Very good. Very strong rolls for all of you. You guys pile out of the basement at high speed using a variety of parkour, cartwheeling, just running through people.
Hauling ass.
You manage to get out of the door without taking any damage or being grabbed by any of the other gangs, although they are definitely in hot pursuit. As you run out of the doors, you slam them shut behind you to get yourself a bit of extra time as you sprint on into an empty factory.
I'm going to pull my old longsword out of my pack and ram it through the
Nice.
two door handles.
Lovely.
To wedge the door shut. And then I'm going to look at Shakh and say, "Nice to have you back on board finally. What the fuck was that?" And give him a slap round the face. "Move, you big fucker."
I don't know. I'm sorry.
We always have this with you and Kyrius. Just because he looks like that. I've been telling you for days. Now move! Come on! And I throw an apple at him and chase after the rest.
And I run after you sobbingly saying, "It's the horns. I don't know."
As Kyrius runs out of the door and all of this is going on, after Bardol leaves, he pulls a pouch out of his belt and he throws down ball bearings.
Nice.
And covers the entrance/exit of the doorway.
Yep, 10-foot cube.
Boys, that wasn't me. Somebody's trying to stitch me up. Let's fucking get out of here.
Stitch all of us up, quite frankly. We were in a fucking cherry position a moment ago. Cheers and happiness, and then, well, that's shit. So, I suspect we could be in a dilly of a pickle here, fellows. I don't think those,
Yes,
I certainly don't think those fists are going to take that very well. And by the looks of the others, they seem rather ornery also. So, yes, I think we should skedaddle as soon as possible.
Don't look back. Let's get out of here.
And together you make your way down into the darkness of what appears to be the remains of an old city.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we will end it there.
Ah, yeah.
You've been listening to Dice Company's The Ungovernables, starring Mark Barrett as Knight, Chris O'Connell as Egg, Micky Arnold as Shakh, Cy Binns as Kyrius, and Scott Parker as the greatest swordsman who has ever lived, Bardol Schultz, with Tom Patrick as your dungeon master.
The humans of Dice Company would like to thank the following sweethearts for their support: Tifa Kaboom, Dave Patterson, Boy Genius, Zeus Legion, Zero Nova, Sepulchre Stennett, Marky B, Jenny the War Camel, Stephen Sikora, Laurie Gosler, Micky Arnold, Happy Daddy Scotty, Tika, SJ Phionics, Richard Ungamus, Rabbi Camel, Team #Stay Toxic, Path Pursuit, Paris Pakar, Julia Zeno, Shovels, Queenie, and extra special thanks to our very own Council of the Rojan, Mama Strange, Axel Runholm, and Chris from North London.
The NFL season has stopped and started again, and the Six Nations is still going. Like, what is going on?
No, the Six Nations tends to start
lasts
after.
5 weeks.
I thought you said it was on.
11 times a year.
Exactly. It's absurdity.
Didn't Shakh rename the ship at the end
No,
of
he
the
bloody
last
didn't.
one?
He wanted to.
The Setri Pigeon.
No, it
or
was the
something.
bobbing apple, I believe, is what he wanted to change it to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
That's a great
You're a
name.
great name.
The bobbing apple. How can you not love that for a floating spaceship that we've got? Like, whatever it is, airship.
I do kind of like it as a name.
Don't be ridiculous. She's not a fucking apple. She doesn't bob. She glides like a hawk.
Shakh puts his arm around Egg. You seem like a strong character. I like you.
I mean, if you want to cast Thaumaturgy, you can.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Has anybody actually got a way of pronouncing that? Or are we just going with thaumaturgy?
Yeah, we're doing the Kermit the Frog pronunciation.
Thaumaturgy. Kyrius puts on his iPod and just starts listening to 90s emo. Lots of My Chemical Romance and
metagaming, obviously.
Knight's just going to pull one of his earphones out and just share it with
It's
him.
been a while since I could
And then offer him some popcorn.
hold my head up.
And the rain lashes down against the window behind them.
And all their mascara runs.
Guyliner. Guyliner. Thank you.
Manscara. sorry.
Knight starts to paint his fingernails black.
Hold on. Who put up a description of shatter?
Oh, that's
on the
me.
group?
I'm trying to figure out how to look at my spells, and it just keeps putting them up there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is where evasion comes in.
I knew that I had to assassinate Sizer at one point, and the fact that Kyrius just waited at the back holding a weapon, I was like, yes! Here we go!
You're welcome.
And my favourite part is you then showed the murder weapon to everyone. It wasn't me!
I've still got
I've
mine.
still
like,
got
you
out the
can't
one that
invent
I took
another
out
one.
to throw at her. I couldn't have done it. It's still here.
Oh, where's it gone? Whoop, there it is.
Yeah, not that everyone knows you threw one and then just made another one.
Don't you,
I don't have a plus
Nobody
one.
knows.
Don't you have an infinity amount?
Yeah.
Like, you know, just an infinite amount of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why did you have to have it out?
Because
Oh, it didn't matter.
because there's not going to be another rogue in that room.
I was being massively emo, and I didn't trust anybody. And Dobby
Amazing.
used it against me.
As I always will.
Damn you, DM.
Lore.
Thanks for listening. Please consider supporting Dice Company on Patreon, where for the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to a whole other show, Extra Roll, as well as an ad-free listening experience. The Dice Company Discord server, along with our socials, can be found on our link tree in the show notes. If you enjoyed this chapter, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to recommend us to your friends. If you didn't like it, recommend us to your enemies. And we'll see you next time on Dice Company.